Hello, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Happy Friday, wherever you are. Hopefully, you can hear me. I'm going to check the audio on my other device. So, I'm going to do yes or no readings. Just so you know the rules, it's going to be one question with one card. And if the card is in the upright, then it's a yes. And if it's in the reverse, it's a no. So basically ask a closed-ended question where, is my hair blonde? It's either yes or no, that type of question. Nothing where it requires explanation. If I feel guided to explain, then I will do so, but it's going to be straight yes or no question. Questions that I will answer. All right, so I see someone's already there. So hello, I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a happy Friday wherever you are. If it's still Friday where you are. My name is Tan and Artemis Oracle is my channel. I think my glasses are a little cloudy. So let me see. I wanted to check the audio as well to make sure you can hear me. For all I know, you could just see me moving my lips. Okay, I put subscribers mode only because just to ensure that you're going to invest a little bit of your energy in me as I invested in you with answering your questions. All right, I should use the... So let me get my tarot deck. So it's yes or no questions. So I'm going to check through the deck, make sure everything's upright because I'm going to split half the deck so that it's half reversed and half upright. Because if it's all upright, then it's going to be all yeses. So let me shuffle them. Let's see what comes out for the collective. That's for the highest and greatest good. What's good for the collective? I'm going to split the deck. I'm going to flip it. So we have half flipped, half upright. We will like this card in the upright. This is a good card to be in the reverse. And then now I'm going to shuffle them. Make sure they get thoroughly mixed. So I hope everyone's having a great day wherever you are. I'm over here in sunny NYC. It's been sunny lately. We had a snowstorm earlier this week, and it's interesting that the weather has warmed up in the past few days, and most of the snow is, not most of it, but a lot of it is gone. I mean, unless you look at where they've shoveled and created mountains of snow around cars, that still exists. So let's see. So everyone knows the rules. It's a yes or no question. If the card is upright, it's a yes. If it's reversed, it's a no. And if I feel guided to explain why it's a no or why it's a yes, then I will explain. All right. I haven't been on for 5 minutes just yet. I want to check something. Let's get the cards ready. Actually, let me see something. I'm going to start off first. I'm going to do a reading, and then I'll start taking questions. Okay. So So let's see what you need to know for the next 72 hours. Next 72 hours, whenever you happen to come across this video, whether you're watching the live stream or you watch it in a future date. Okay, the first card that we have is brand new. Fresh beginnings, reinventing yourself, new ventures, watch me shine. And hopeless romantic. Believing in fairy tales, idealizing love, constantly waiting, forever dreaming. Glow up. Self-improvement, finding your confidence, personal transformation, better than ever. You know what? I feel like some of you may be meeting somebody, and I think it has to do so. Some of you may have this hopeless romantic type of quality about you. You're someone who may like the idea of fairy tales, of meeting someone, your knight in shining armor, or just someone who's like romantic, gives you roses and flowers, and it's very affectionate and takes you out on dates, and you know, just makes you feel really special. I feel like with this, some of you this may be something that you're really wanting, and you feel like you have to do something within yourself to possibly attract a partner that may fulfill these requirements that you have for someone that you would like to be in a romantic relationship with. So some of you may be doing something, maybe this weekend, if you're watching it, or the next 72 hours, whenever you happen to come across this video, or live replay. You may be considering changing the way you look, basically like kind of giving yourself a makeover and reinventing yourself. You know, a lot, especially if you've gone through some sort of heartbreak in the past and you don't want to give up on meeting somebody and having the partner that would, you know, be everything that you would want them to be. Maybe your idea of romantic is totally different than what I've explained, because, you know, romance is subjective. We all have our we all have our preferences. Some of us like jewelry more than we like flowers. Some of us like going on dates than jewelry, you know what I mean? Everybody's different, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's the best way to describe it. I think everybody has their quirks, especially when it comes to romance, you know? Like me, I like quality time. We could just do anything. We could go grocery shopping, we could wash clothes, we could just be watching movies that you don't even need to spend money. That's why I joke and say I'm a cheap date. But you would like somebody that's going to invest in you. But time and energy is an investment, you know? So some of you may be wanting to make some sort of adjustment in your appearance, or possibly within your attitude or mindset, especially if you've gone through some sort of disappointment in the past and you're now ready to put yourself back out there and meet someone new, because you don't want to give up on the idea that you can meet your partner, the person that you can marry, the person that you can spend the rest of your life with. And some people still believe in that, and some people still want that. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because as long as there are people that want those same things, then there's someone who matches that, you know? It's just a matter of the right time, right place, right time, you know, the stars aligning, all that magical jazz. But like I said, some of you may be doing something just to kind of refresh yourself in some way. It doesn't necessarily have to do with your appearance, but it could be your outlook. It could be even changing your hair, even the way you dress, maybe going somewhere brand new. It could be somewhere where you may be new, that you've never visited before, and you might actually meet somebody. That's a possibility, you know, but this could be something that you're thinking about doing within the next 72 hours. But let me see, I want to try to get more cards too, because I feel like this is interesting, at least the way I'm reading it. Can I get more? And I don't think it's like some people can say being a hopeless romantic is a bad thing, but I think just as long as you're being realistic, but it's not bad to have expectations, especially if you're able to express them. And it isn't wrong to have standards either, you know? It's just, you get to know whether someone is willing to meet the standards, or can already meet the standards, or are they willing to meet the expectations, you know? That's why it's important to express that, so that whoever you're dealing with is aware and they can make that decision for themselves, you know? It's interesting that right now negative cards came out. Some people might say the hopeless romantic card is a neutral card, but I would say it's a neutral card, because depending on where you are in your mind frame and your heart space and stuff, and how realistic you are, as opposed to how delulu you are. You know, it can be a negative or positive thing. But the first card I see is shadow work. So that has to do with doing work within yourself, working on your insecurities, your fears, any limitations, especially if they're self-imposed limitations. And then the second card we have is toxic love. You know, pain disguised as passion, addictive patterns, harmful attachment, can't live without. And energy vampires, draining connections, toxic influence, protect your energy, time to cut cords. So I don't know if this is some sort of energy that you've experienced in the past. Hi, how are you, Vanilla? I don't know if some of you are already escaping this, or this is something that you have to be aware of. Especially if you are wanting to put yourself out there, wanting to reinvent yourself, try something new, go somewhere new, and you have that hopeless romantic mentality. Don't allow yourself to get caught up in illusions, you know, especially if those illusions are based off your fears and insecurities and stuff. But shadow work, facing hidden fears, exploring darker emotions, accepting imperfections, meet your darker self, you know. And then toxic love, pain disguised as passion, addictive patterns, harmful attachment, can't live without. So I don't know if you beware, because sometimes when you are in this energy where you are wanting love, and hello, how are you, Hope? I'm doing fine, thank you. Energy vampires. Draining connections, toxic influence, protect your energy. So you may be wanting to put yourself out there, but it's important to make sure that you're seeing things clearly, that you're not allowing yourself to be disillusioned by illusions. You know, beware of the signs that someone may not be healthy for you, even if they're appearing to give you the attention that you would want or you would like. Because sometimes people who have negative intentions, you know, they will do and say what they need in order to get what they want. And if you're in this beautiful energy where you're feeling really good about yourself, because maybe in the past, this is something you've experienced where you weren't your best self. And now you're ready to shine. You're ready to be seen. So this could be past energy, but this could be energy that you may already know to look out for, or it's energy that you need to look out for. Because in this, someone can easily be taken advantage of if they're not aware of the signs, or allowing themselves to be strung along based on pretty words someone is whispering in your ear that's making you feel good about yourself. Any way that someone may be stroking your ego, you know. When you have low self-esteem, that's easy to fall prey to, because then anybody who gives you attention, you're going to allow into your life, and then expose yourself to toxic connections that, if anything, are more harmful to you than good. So this is where shadow work is needed. This is where actual glow up, not only externally, like you know, making yourself look good, but you have to feel good about yourself as well. And that's part of it, shadow work. Accepting the dark side of yourself, understanding where your fears stem from, and in what ways can you overcome them? In what ways can you improve yourself? And in what ways those shadow aspects of yourself can be used to your advantage, you know? You learn from your shadow self, you know, not only about yourself, but you have a better understanding of other people too. And that's what can protect you from certain people who can be energetic vampires, you know? So that's just some advice that I wanted to give. All right, so I wanted to do that little reading just in case no one showed up for yes or no. So I'm only answering yes or no questions. And what that means is if the tarot card is in the upright, that's a yes. And if it's in the reverse, it's a no. If I feel the need to explain why the card came out in the reverse or the upright, I will do so. But that's only if I feel the need to. Okay? So the first question that I see is from Hanur. Hello, Hanur, how are you? Okay, let me read your question. Talking to worry towards the serious what happens for me. Okay. Is the boy Hanur is currently speaking to good for her? I'm doing good, thank you. Okay. Is the boy that her Nura is speaking to good for her? I'm assuming you're a her, so I shouldn't make that assumption. Is the person that her Nura is speaking to good for them? Okay, thank you. I want it to come out on its own. It looks like it's a yes. This person may be good for you, but I would say be careful because this is, you know, boys have this, so be careful that he doesn't try to rush it, okay? It looks like he is attracted to you and he likes you. Okay. Okay, Vanilla's question. You're welcome, Hanur. Okay. Will the business that Vanilla is doing this spring be successful overall? Okay, I'm looking at the bottom of the deck because the first card I got was Judgment and it came out in the reverse. So that's looking like a no. So there may be certain things that you need to look at, especially when it comes to contracts. I don't know what kind of business you use, mom, baby business. If it's about leasing space, look into those contracts. Don't read contracts. This is swords, legal, court, documents, judgment, that's also court. So I would say be careful, make sure to read, Vanilla, make sure to read contracts. Make sure you read them, get a legal advice where needed before you sign anything. Okay, so I feel like that's something I have to say to you, Vanilla. I hope that's helpful to you. Oh, you're welcome. I wish you luck and success with your business, but make sure with the contracts, make sure to read the contracts, Vanilla. You don't want to sign anything away. Okay. No, thank you so much, Hope. I really appreciate you showing up today. If you have a question, you can ask Hope. So with the Vanilla, just so you know, the two cards, you had a mixed. It's a mixed with the yes and no. All right? So it's depending on those contracts. Okay. Is it possible for Hanur to travel abroad this year? For Hanur to travel abroad this year. It's looking like it's a yes for you. Yes, you may, Vanilla. So it's looking like a yes. It's possible for you to travel abroad this year. But I would say make sure you have your legal documents. What they say, I's dotted, T's crossed. Okay? And make sure to check for visas, like if you need a specific visa for whatever country you're visiting, all that stuff. Take precaution. Hi, Letitia. You're welcome, Hanur. Will the art business be more successful to do that? Will the art business be more successful? Okay. If you Vanilla, if you want. All right, okay. Let me get Vanilla's question. because I mixed yours and Hope's question because I feel like you also have more questions too. So I was gonna tell you, whoever has a lot of questions, make sure you have a pen and paper because just so you can take notes, okay? Okay, for vanilla, will the art business be better than the mom and baby business? This is weird because it came out with no. But you said for the spring. I'm going to redo your question, Hope. Vanilla. Because you asked for the spring. Will it be more successful to do than for spring? Okay. Okay. I'm going to ask this. Will the art business be more successful to do in the spring? Will it be more successful to do in the spring than the mom and baby business? Will the art business be? Oh my God, the same card came out. Vanilla. I'm going to tell you, this is going to be a side message because it's saying no, but I feel like the reason why, I don't know if you feel guarded about sharing your work, because I know some people are guarded about sharing their work because of people copying, stealing, taking credit, that type of thing. I think that, and this is just for the fact that this card came out again, I feel like you're gonna have to put your guard down when it comes to sharing your art. Not be afraid of criticism. And this is for the spring. So this is something, I feel like the fact that this card came out again, it's to me, it's saying that you have to put your guard down. You may be very protective of your art, you know, so, but remember, art is subjective. You know that as an artist. I hope that's, so an art, like I said, is subjective. And that may be why it may not be successful in the spring, because you have to find your audience. So it's a matter of you putting your guard down and putting your work out there and to see who is interested. You need to find your people. I hope that helps, Vanilla. Okay, so I saw Letitia's. Okay. Is a tool missing Letitia? Is a tool missing Letitia? I can't believe that card came out twice. Is a tool missing Letitia? Is a tool missing Letitia? Yes, he's missing you, Letitia. And if you and him have been alone together, he misses that too. You're welcome, Vanilla. I feel the same way about, and I like to write, so I feel the same way about my work, Vanilla. I mean, for me, it could be considered derivative because sometimes I get messages and then I look and I'm like, I find them similar messages. Like, is this even mine? But it's the way I phrase it. That's mine, you know? So the way you do your art is yours. Hey, Hira, how are you? Okay. I'm only answering yes or no questions. So I need like yes or no questions. Not universe guidance, that's more a reading. So if you have a specific question, a specific yes or no question, and if I feel guided to give you more information, I'll do that. The same way I did for Vanilla. Okay. 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 Let me see if there's another question. Hi, Christy. Okay, I would just say I'm gonna answer for Hanur. I'm gonna ask will he be my future husband? So because you get that's your answer if he proposes to you, that's your yes or no question, not mine. Okay. 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 Well. Will the boy that Hanur is currently speaking to be her future husband? Will the boy that Hanur is currently speaking to be her future husband? It's like Hanur is like a hell yes. Ace of Cups? Oh my gosh. And you got the Ace of Wands too. It's like new beginning. New beginning in love, new passion. So it's looking like a yes for you, Hanur. Let me see what else. Okay. Now, Letitia. Will Atul ever realize his mistakes? Let's see. I'm going to say this because that's very broad, and you can let me know if we could rephrase that question, Letitia. Can we change the question to will Atul ever realize the mistakes he made with you? Because Atul probably made a lot of mistakes. So let's see if we could narrow it down to the mistakes he made with you. Okay, while I wait for Letitia, I'm going to answer Christy's. Is love coming her way? Christy, I hope you're a woman, because Christy's I don't want to make assumptions. Okay, is love coming Christy's way? Is love coming Christy's way? I thank you so much for joining. Okay, Christy. It's looking like a yes. And if this card is as accurate as it as a yes or no question could be, because this is for entertainment purposes, just so everyone knows, and I'm not held liable for your life choices, please. Okay. It might be somebody who may be an earth sign, or it could just be someone who may be very established, stable, financially well off, so that's something to look forward to for you, Christy. So earth sign is, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. King of Pentacles. And I hope that helps, Christy. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, the Ace of Hanur, we got the Ace of Cups. That's like new love. That's the beginning of love. So since the card was in the upright, and so answered your question was yes, and then it's a love card essentially, since yours was a love question, Ace of Cups is a really good card to have in a reading. It could be about your self-love, or it could just be the love that Atul, not Atul, you got me saying his name, Letitia. It could be the love the boy has for you, But like I said, and these questions are being answered in the current energy we're in. So anything can change. You know how people can change. You know how women can change. We always change our minds. We change our minds as much as we change our hair, we change our lipstick, we change our shoes, our clothes, So that's how energy is too. So I'm reading for this moment right now. But yes, the Ace of Cups is a beautiful card for love. Okay. Okay. So Hanur, will Atul realize the mistakes he made? Okay. with Alicia. Will a tool realize his mistakes? Letitia. Will a tool realize the mistakes he made with Letitia? Will a tool realize the mistakes he made with Letitia? I got 2 cards. So since I was asking, will he ever realize his mistakes with you, Letitia? It's saying it's like a yes or no. I don't know if this is like something that's going to take some time from him, or he may not be wanting to be accountable and come forward with an apology, if I read it that way. Letitia, for the first question, like, will he ever realize his mistakes with you? Now, I'm gonna put those cards back, but I'm gonna separate them. Let me make sure they're separate. And then we're gonna ask about reconciliation. It could be something that's in the works, you know, because sometimes it's hard to admit when you're wrong. It takes a lot of courage, especially if you've done something that can be like something really damaging to a relationship, you know? So that may take some time, Letitia. But will let you come back and communicate? Oh no, I'm not taking that. Communicate for reconciliation. I want the card to come out in zone. I don't want to force it. Okay, that card came out. Oh, I feel like with the realizing the mistakes, it's like as long as he cannot hold himself accountable, admit that he did something wrong, then it's looking like a no with the communication. Letitia, is looking like a no. Okay, let's see. Me, I'm from New York, but my family is from Puerto Rico. Oh, you're very welcome, Christy. I just saw your message. Okay. Hi, Maria. Maria Grace 28. Oh, Grace is one of my favorite female names. Maria. Grace. That's a pretty combo. Is there a positive outcome in future with Maria's current relationship? Is there a positive outcome for Maria's current relationship? Is there a positive outcome in future with Maria's current relationship? Is there a positive outcome for Maria's current relationship? I saw the Tower card in reverse, but it didn't. I want it to come out. So I don't know if it's because you and your current partner, you had an argument or some sort of disagreement, and now you're on the other side of it, and you're trying to improve your relationship. You're trying to keep it together, because a reverse Tower is when your relationship, it's when something's about to fall apart, but within reverses, you're trying to keep it together. This is for Maria Grace. Is there a positive outcome? Hold on a moment. Let me check. So Maria Grace, is there a positive outcome for her current relationship? Is there a positive outcome and future in her current relationship? Is there a positive outcome and future in her current relationship? Yes. It's looking like a yes. Maria. But that's if you and your partner, if you've already gone through something and you're trying to work it out, that's if you and your partner can figure it out and work together. I don't know if Maria's still there. Hi, Naima, how are you doing? Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay. Okay, yes. Hanur, I don't like answering questions about exams. And I saw your message, Vanilla. Yes, it can change. And it's always because of where, like if we're working on something and the way we're working towards something, there could be something in that thing, whatever it is, that is the determining factor. And if that one thing isn't corrected or addressed, then it could either go good, so it could go good, or something go bad. But if it's something that needs to be addressed, it might be something like a weakness, something that needs to be improved upon, you know? Okay, so let's see for Hanur though. Remember, this is entertainment purposes only, okay? Okay, well, will Hanur's exam go good tomorrow? Will her exam go good tomorrow? Yes or no? Will her exam go good tomorrow? Will Hanur's exam go good tomorrow? Oh my God. You know, the card fell out and then it flipped. So, and it's funny because this is a no, but if I'm going to be like, as a tarot reader, reading it as a tarot card, if the heart, this is broken heart, basically, sadness, grief. I feel like this is like saying that it feels contradictory. So I want to look at the bottom of the deck. What the hell? It's like no, it's saying no, you know? Both cards are reversed. So if you have an exam tomorrow, start studying, okay? Start studying. Because the Three of Swords in reverse means like, it's like kind of like there won't be any sadness, the Three of Swords is not a good card. It's not a really great card to get, but if it's in a reverse and I'm doing a regular tarot reading, then it's a good card because it's indicating that there's healing, a positive outcome, you know? So that's why I don't like answering questions about exam. And I think my cards know that too. So you have more time to study, okay? Okay, let's see. Okay. Okay, I saw Lisa Mori has a question. Are you still there, Lisa? Will Kyle reach out soon? Will Kyle reach out soon? Okay, good. All right, Lisa. Will Kyle reach out to Lisa soon? 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 Oh, it's looking like a no. Let me see in the bottom. Yeah, somebody needs to put their guard down. I don't know if I don't know if you have him blocked. But somebody has to put their guard down. Somebody has their guards up with and this is like considered a communication card. But then imagine communication is coming to something, but then it's blocked. So I don't know if he's blocked. Oh, okay. Yeah, so someone needs to be unblocked. Yeah. I think once this happened to me. A guy blocked me. And it was because that's when he was ready to communicate with me. That's when he was ready to communicate with me, you know, because they were working on something, and apparently I was acting a little too crazy, that I was stressing them out. I'm being real. We do this, and they do this to us too. Okay, we're not innocent, and they're not innocent either. But yeah. So I think that I don't know what happened between you and him, but if he's blocked you, I don't know if there was something said, you had an argument, disagreement, something, and he felt the need to come block you, then I don't know. And I don't want to make it seem like it's your fault that he blocked you, because there could be something else going on. And but after 2 years of talking, So I think that, I don't know how long you've been blocked, but when he unblocks you, that might be when, and I don't know what happened. And since you want to talk to him, because you're asking that question, he may, when he unblocks you is when you will be able to reach out to him, or when he may reach out to you. I'm sorry, Lisa. But this is the time for you to focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Because if you're thinking about him, I don't know, I feel like we could sense when people think about us constantly. And it's like, you know, what magnets. You know, they kind of repel each other in a way, you know. Oh, no. You know what? No, Lisa, I'm sorry. This is me as a human being. No, I'm sorry. And this is, pretend I'm your friend. Okay? No, you don't want him to, let him stay wherever the hell he is. No. He sounds like a scam artist. And yes, deuces. No. And I'm saying this as a friend and a fellow human being. No, you don't need Kyle. And if Kyle was here, I would tell him to go fuck himself. Let him, don't come in. It's good that's no. I'm sorry, you don't deserve that. You know what? There's the ways you can do it. You could send a fuck you to him energetically. Bigger fuck you is you moving on with your life. You glowing up and looking your best, living your best life, and not being affected by what he did. Because honestly, I'm sorry. He's a piece of shit. I'm sorry. No, you know what? I'm not sorry. He is a piece of shit. That isn't right what he did to you. Not at all. You deserve better. You deserve better, Lisa. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go back to Hope's question. The boy who I love, or the boy Hope loves, will they have a good future together? Will they have a future together? Will the boy Hope loves have a good future together? Will Hope and the boy she loves have a good future together? I'm good, thank you. Naima, I just saw your message. Okay. Will the boy hope loves? Will they have a good future together? Will the boy hope loves have a good future together? Future together. She loves a good future together. The first card I gotta know, and this is a no card, right? But it's 7 of Swords. But then I have in the bottom of the deck is King of Wands. I say no because somebody might be keeping secrets. Someone has to be honest about something. Okay? Hope someone has to be honest about something. Something that may impact you having a good future together. Okay, Vanilla. Will Vanilla have a good job coming this spring? Will a good job be coming to Vanilla this spring? No, a great job. Will a great job come towards Vanilla this spring? Will a great job come towards Vanilla this spring? Will a great job come towards Vanilla this spring? I'm going to take the first card. And it's yes. But it might be because the card that came up was what was it? It was the Fool in reverse. So this is extra because I feel like it. I feel like it might be somewhere you probably worked before, or something you're familiar with. You may be going, if you get a job offer, that's a great job offer, it may be tied to something that you're familiar with, you know? And it won't be as competitive, you know? That's what I'm getting for you. It won't be competitive for you, Vanilla, but it's something that you're familiar with. So I would say something that you probably have a lot of experience with, that maybe you are a standout candidate. I hope that helps, Vanilla. Okay. Yes, you will, Lisa. You will be all right. God's got you. God, angels, universe got you. Okay, Shraddha? Oh, I want to make sure I say your name right. You're welcome, Lisa. I wish you the best. I wish you the best. The 7 of Swords in reverse is a no, but I feel like it's because there may be some secrets. Something that it's something that's being hidden. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Vanilla. Hi, Priya. How are you? I'm only answering yes or no questions. Priya. Yes, please study, Hanur. But the thing is with the test, that's why I don't like answering questions about exams, because I don't want to stress you out. Exams are stressful enough as it is. I don't need to stress you out even more because of a card, you know? This is why we can't give cards the power. If anything, they could give us guidance. Like you saw how some of the cards I felt like I had to explain. Like the 3 of Swords in reverse. It's like saying no heartbreak, no pain. But your question was, will the exam go good? Like, will I do good in my exam? So if I was to read it as a tarot reader, it's like, yeah, you'll do good in your exam. Because the 3 of Swords in reverse is like indicating that you won't be sad, you won't be disappointed. you know. Hi, Caroline. It's so good to see you. You've been missing. I haven't forgot about you. Okay. All right, Priya. Yes, you can. I'm answering yes or no questions, Caroline. I'm only answering yes or no because my break is going to be ending soon too. So it helps me answer as many questions as I can with short amount of time. You're going to do good, Hanor. Okay, Priya, I saw your question. Oh, Hira, sorry, Hira. I know you sent your question. Okay. I'm going to answer Hira's question first because I missed it. I know I saw it earlier, but I have a bunch of other questions. Then I'll answer yours, Priya. And then Caroline, you'll be the last one, okay? So it's a yes or no. When the card is upright, it's a yes. If it's reversed, it's a no. Okay? And if I feel guided to add more information, I will. Okay, Hanor. You're going to do good. Now, Hira, the same feelings. Okay, the same feelings. I got this, but it's like the same thing with Hanor's card. Because remember, she had the Three of Swords in reverse, but this is the Death card in reverse. But this is like a no. Because I don't know how, like the conversation, if you and him were talking about reuniting, reconciling, and if it was that kind of conversation, then with this being in the reverse, and I'm taking the yes or no question out of it, it's looking like he might be thinking about reconnecting with you or reconciling with you. Okay. Is Caroline still there? Caroline? I don't know if you're still there. Okay. Okay, now. So Caroline, all right, I'm going to do Priya's question, then Caroline is the last one because my break is going to be ending soon. Hi, Catherine. Okay. Let me see. Priya. Oh, next partner, your night better match. Will next partner in Priya's love life be her better match? Will Priya's next partner in her love life be her better match? Yes or no? Will next partner in Priya's life be a better match for her? You got a yes, Priya. And I don't know, this could be somebody that you might know from the past. It could be somebody you knew when you were a child. Probably didn't have a relationship with them before, but it could be someone from the past. Or it could be someone who's known you, yes, when you were a child. You know, Priya? I hope that helps, Priya. Okay. The Caroline's question. So only... All right, does Caroline need to speak to a doctor? I can't read for anybody else, Caroline. Only for you. Okay. Does Caroline need to speak to a doctor? I will always say this. If you ever feel the need to see a doctor, then follow that instinct. Because it's never wrong. It's better to be safe than sorry. The last question I'm taking is Caroline's, and then I have to leave. I'm sorry, Priya. Maybe if you come back later, I might be doing a live after 5 p.m. Eastern time. So that'll probably be very late. If you're in, I believe you're in India. I could be wrong. But if you are in South Asia, it might be really early in the morning or really late. You're welcome. Have a great Friday and weekend as well, Vanilla. Take care. Okay. Okay, Caroline. Caroline, if you feel the need to see a doctor, then definitely. But let's see. Remember, I can't give medical advice. That's why I say, regardless of what this card says, if you feel like you need, I'm only going to answer the doctor question. But this is the funny thing, and this is why when I read the yes or no, and I feel inclined to answer, I feel like this is telling you if it's saying no, but I feel like you're not following your intuition. Caroline, you need to follow your intuition. So if you feel like you have to see a doctor, then you should see a doctor. Okay, so I have to end the live now. I thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to read for you. And just as a disclaimer, tarot and oracle card readings are for entertainment purposes only. So your life choices. Did you put notifications on? You had to put notifications on. Okay, so I really appreciate you coming by and spending time with me, allowing me to read for you. Always follow your intuition. Always follow your intuition. You know, these cards are meant to confirm what you already know, not cause confusion or anxiety for you, okay? Okay, then maybe you might need to unsubscribe and resubscribe to me because I hear that happens a lot too. Okay, so I have to go now. I'm wishing everybody a great rest of your day or evening ahead, and I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take care, everyone. Bye.